Good afternoon. Good evening, friends. Today we discuss about the convolution theorem of Laplace transform. The statement of this theorem is Laplace inverse of f1 of s is equal to f of t. Laplace inverse of f2 of s is equal to f of 2. So then we have to prove that when we apply Laplace inverse on the product of f1 of s and f2 of s is equal to integration from 0 to t f1 of u into f2 of t minus u du. First we write our given part. The given part is Laplace inverse of f1 of s is equal to f1 of t, and we write this f1 of s is equal to, when we transfer this Laplace inverse to the RHS, so it is a Laplace of f1 of t. Secondly, we have Laplace inverse of f2 of s is equal to Laplace inverse of f2 of s is equal to small f2 of t, means function of t, small f of f2 of t. Again we transfer this Laplace to the RHS. We write f2 of s is equals to L of f2 of t. As per our definition, we write f1 of s is equals to integration 0 to infinity e raised to the power minus st f1 of t for f1 of t. Then f2 of s is equal to integration from 0 to infinity e raised to the power minus st f2 of t dt. So this is the second function. Now we define one function f of t is equal to integration from 0 to t f1 of u into f2 of t minus u du. It was defined by us. Now next one, as per our definition, we write Laplace of f of t is equals to integration from 0 to infinity e raised to the power minus t minus st f of t dt. This is our definition of Laplace transform. Then we write the value of f of t which is given by us. So this f of t is adding to this function. So we write the Laplace of f of t, is equals to integration from 0 to infinity e raised to the power minus st. Now the value of this f of t is equal to this one. So we write integration from 0 to t f1 of u into f2 of t minus u dt du. Then we write it in proper way. So integration 0 to infinity, integration 0 to t e raised to the power minus st f1 of u f2 of t minus u dt du. Then from this all the limits we draw the diagram. The limits are for u is equal to 0, to u is equal to t. Then next one is t is equal to 0 to t is equal to infinity. So all are the limits. By using these limits we can draw the diagram. So we write here u is equal, first given that u is equal to 0, so acts like a y-axis. Then t is equal to 0 as like a x-axis. Then u is equal to t means the line passing through the origin and making 45 angle with the axis u and with the axis t. So we write here, and the next one is t is equal to 0, which is already written. Then t is equal to infinity, means t is going towards the infinity. So these are the limits before changing the integrals. Then after changing the integral, we write u is equal to 0. In the change of interval, we are going from bottom to top and from left to right. So from bottom to top, we write u is equal to 0 to u is equal to infinity. So we write u is equal to 0 to u is equal to infinity because u is equal to t is given. Then next one is t is equal to u, means from t is equal to u to t is equal to infinity. So we get the, after changing the integrals, these limits. Now we put up all these limits in equation number 3. So we write L of f of t is equals to integration from 0 to infinity into f1 of u integration of 0 to infinity e raised to the power minus st f2 of t minus u dt into du. Now we write f1 of u outside this bracket because this complete integral having a function of t, and f1 of u is independent of t, so it's written outside this bracket. Now here function having a two variables t minus u, but for the answer or for the calculation or as per the definition of integral Laplace transform, we required here single variable. So we will put up here t minus u is equal to p. Then if when we differentiate it with respect to u or and not to u, with respect to t, so it is a dt with respect to equals to dp, because u is independent, so it is equal to, its integration will be 0 as like a constant. Then t is equal to p plus u. Now from this integral we have u is equal to 0 to u is equal to infinity, and this one is t is equal to u to t is equal to infinity. So we put up here when t is equal to u, when t is equal to u, we put here in this equation, when t is equal to u, we get p is equal to 0. When we put t is equal to infinity, when we put t is equal to infinity, so we get p is equal to infinity. So we putting all the limits in this equation, so we write integration 0 to infinity as it is, and integration 0 to infinity e raised to the power minus. Now value of t is p plus u, so we write here minus s into p plus u into f2 of t minus u is a p, so p dp, and du as it is, means only we change the integral of p, means here t is converted in the p, so we don't have to change the integral of u, so we keep it as it is, and we have changed only the limits of t only, so it is completely converted in the form of p. Now we separate this power e raised to the power minus sp in bracket p plus u, so we write e raised to the power minus sp and e raised to the power minus su. Then f1 of u as it is and f2 of p as it is. Only we separate in the next step this one. So we get e raised to the power minus sp into e raised to the power minus su. Minus su. Now it is a very simple to prove the Laplace transform now, because we get each function in two form. So there are two integrals having 0 to infinity, there are two exponentials which are separated by variable, then there are two functions having a function u and p respectively. So in the next step we separate it. So we write here L of f of t is equals to integration from 0 to infinity f1 of u, and e raised to the power minus su is independent of t, dp, means function of p, so taking outside the integration, so we write this with the f1 of u. So we write e raised to the power, means we indirectly we collect the coefficient of u. So 0 to infinity f1 of u e raised to the power minus su du. So integration 0 to infinity f1 of u e raised to the power minus su du. Next one, integration 0 to infinity e raised to the power minus sp f2 of p dp. So we write integration 0 to infinity f2 of p e raised to the power minus sp dp. Then as per our equation number 1 and from equation number 2, we write this e raised to the power minus st f1 of t dt integration from 0 to infinity is a f1 of s. So by changing of variable, changing of variable we write L of f of t is equals to integration 0 to infinity f1 of t d e raised to the power minus st dt, again integration 0 to infinity f2 of t e raised to the power minus st dt. So we get is equal to f1 of s into f2 of s. So f of t is equal to Laplace inverse of f1 of s into f2 of s. So we get our result. See here, from this integral we separate it. Integration 0 to infinity f1 of u into e raised to the power minus su du means e raised to the power minus su du means we collect all the functions of u. Secondly, we collect integration 0 to infinity f2 of t into e raised to the power minus sp dp. Now by the property of integral, by changing of variable property, we write L of f of t is equals to integration from 0 to infinity. In the place of u we write t because the change of variable property. So f1 of t e raised to the power minus st dt, integration 0 to infinity f2 of t, in the place of p we write t e raised to the power minus st dt. But by definition, by the using equation 1, this is the value of f1 of s and second one as a f2 of s. So we write this first integral as a f1 of s and second integral as a f2 of s. So we get, when we transfer this Laplace to the RHS, we write f of t is equal to Laplace inverse of f1 of s into f2 of s. So this is the statement of our, this is the result of this theorem. Then there is a integration 0 to t f1 of u into f2 of t minus u means it is a f of t. This is the f of t. So due to the lack of space, we write directly here f of t is equal to Laplace inverse of f1 of s into f2 of s because this integral is our f of t. So we get our result in this way. So this is the convolution theorem. This is the convolution theorem. So we get the result f of t is equals to Laplace inverse of f1 of s into f2 of s. So this is the convolution theorem for the Laplace transform. Thank you.